Have you ever felt like something's missing when you're talking to a woman? You try to keep her interested, you're putting in the effort, but somehow the conversation just falls flat, she's losing interest, and you're left wondering what went wrong. Frustrating, isn't it? The truth is most men struggle with keeping that spark alive in conversations. It's not because they don't care, it's because they're missing the right approach. High-value men don't rely on tricks or flashy words to connect, they have something most men don't: calm, grounded confidence. They know how to keep their cool, handle pressure, and engage on a deeper level, and it all comes down to mastering Stoicism. This isn't about pretending to be cool or using tactics, it's about becoming a man who stands out naturally, unshaken, confident, and fully present. In his video I'm going to share 10 powerful ways to talk to women like a high-value man, ways to make her feel genuinely connected and interested, ready to make a lasting impression. Let's get calm confidence in conversation started. Number 1. Calm confidence in conversation. Have you ever felt yourself getting nervous or reactive when talking to a woman? You're drawn to it. Only takes one comment or a little silence to throw you off, and suddenly you're either talking too much or trying too hard. This happens to most men, and it's because you're letting our emotions control us. A high-value man does the opposite. He holds on to his calm confidence no matter what. He doesn't need to prove himself with flashy words or over the top gestures. Instead, he keeps his cool, speaks slowly, and lets his words carry weight. It's not about what they says, it's about how he says it. Imagine this: you're talking to her and she throws out a little challenge like, "Hey, so do you think you're pretty special now?" If you jump in trying to explain yourself or impress her, you're handing over your power. But here's the trick: smile calmly, keep eye contact, and say, "Not really, but I'm comfortable being myself." Simple, right? But in that one moment you show her you're a guy who's comfortable in his own skin. Or maybe she asks, "Do I make you nervous?" Most guys would instantly deny it, trying to sound confident. Instead, look her in the eye and say, "No, because I'd rather get to know the real you." You're not just answering a question, you're making it clear you're here to connect on a real level. Staying calm isn't just about reacting slowly, it's about setting your own pace in the conversation. When she throws something unexpected your way, breathe, hold your ground, and let her see that you're steady. This moment of silence isn't weakness, it's strength. It shows her you're the kind of guy who won't be easily shaken. Remember, confidence doesn't mean being loud or forceful. True confidence is knowing exactly who you are and not needing Ganyoni's approval to feel that. Slow down when you speak, look her in the eye, and let your words come naturally. Once you master this calm confidence, you will notice the shift, not just in how women respond to you, but in how you feel about yourself. This is the first step to becoming the kind of man women are truly drawn to. Start with calm confidence and everything else will follow. Number 2. Speaking with purpose. Speaking with purpose. One of the biggest mistakes men make when talking to women is filling every silence as if every moment needs to be packed with words. But here's the reality: high-value men don't talk just to fill space, they speak with intention. Every word has a purpose. When you're speaking with purpose, you're not rushing or rambling. Instead, you're choosing your words carefully and allowing pauses to naturally enter the conversation. Silence isn't something to fear. In fact, when used right, it's powerful. A confident man lets silence do the work for him because it knows he's comfortable in his own skin and doesn't need constant validation. Let's put this into action. Imagine you're talking to her and the conversation reaches one of those quiet moments. Instead of scrambling to keep the chat going, let it breathe. Look her in the eye, smile calmly, and let her feel that you're completely at ease. That silence speaks volumes. It shows you're not anxious or trying too hard, and that in itself is magnetic. Another example: when complimenting her, avoid the usual lines. Instead of saying "you're really pretty," which she's probably heard 100 times, try something deeper. Look her in the eye and say, "You have a unique way of seeing things. I'd love to hear more about your perspective." Now you've opened the door to a real conversation, and she'll feel that you're genuinely interested in her as a person, not just her appearance. And here's another key point: if she says something that you don't necessarily agree with, don't jump into or argue or react. Take a moment to absorb it, then respond thoughtfully. This shows that you're someone who listens carefully and speaks mindfully rather than rushing to prove a point. Speaking with purpose means valuing your words and understanding that less is often more. By keeping your words intentional, you project confidence without even trying. So next time you're in a conversation, practice pausing, think before you speak, and let your words carry weight. She'll respond respect and remember you for it. Number 3. Emotional detachment. Emotional detachment. Rejection. It's the thing most men dread in conversations with women, but here's the truth: high-value men don't fear rejection. They're unfazed by it because they understand that their worth isn't defined by one interaction. Emotional detachment doesn't mean you're cold, it means you're secure enough not to take things personally. Let's be real, not every woman you talk to is going to be interested, and that's okay. Imagine you're chatting with her and she's not responding the way you hoped. Maybe she's distracted or she gives you short dismissive answers. Most guys in his situation would start feeling uneasy, maybe even questioning themselves, but a high-value man, he doesn't crumble. Instead, he keeps his cool, knowing that her reaction doesn't define his worth. Here's a simple example. Say you ask her out and she politely says, "No, I'm not interested now." Instead of reacting with disappointment or frustration, take it with a smile and respond confidently, "No problem, I appreciate your honesty, have a great day." Just like that, you show her that you're emotionally secure. You're not bitter, you're not chasing, you're simply moving on, and that's powerful. Or consider another scenario. Maybe she's not outright rejecting you, but you're picking up signs that she's not fully engaged. Don't take it personally, don't let it shake your confidence. Shift your focus back to enjoying the conversation for what it is without being attached to the outcome. This mindset shift communicates that you're a man who's confident in himself regardless of someone else's reaction. Women are naturally drawn to men who are unaffected by rejection. It shows emotional resilience, which is rare and extremely attractive. By detaching yourself from the outcome of one conversation, you communicate strength. You're essentially saying, "I'm confident in who I am with or without your approval." So next time you face rejection or feel the vibe fading, don't react negatively. Smile, stay calm, and walk away with your head high. Not only does this protect your self-worth, but it also makes you stand out. She may even find herself rethinking her initial response, because let's be honest, the man who handles rejection with confidence is unforgettable. Number 4, maintaining composure. In any situation, let's talk about something that sets high-value men apart: their ability to keep their cool no matter what. In today's world, drama and high emotions seem to be everywhere, but a man who stays composed when things get intense, that's rare, and women notice it immediately. Think about this. You're on a date and the conversation takes an unexpected turn. Maybe she makes a playful jab at you or brings up a topic that could easily make you defensive. Most guys in this situation would react, maybe even get a bit flustered or try to explain themselves, but a high-value man, he stays calm. He knows that losing his cool only lowers his own value. For example, imagine she says something like, "Why are all men the same now?" This could be her way of testing you, seeing if you'll get defensive or take the bait. Instead of reacting, just smile, lean back and say calmly, "Maybe I'll surprise you." You're not feeding into the tension, you're letting her see that you're unshakable, that her words don't control your emotions. Or let's say she teases you about something trivial, maybe the way you dress or something you said earlier. Most men would feel the need to justify themselves or explain, but the high-value man just laughs it off by not taking it seriously. You're showing her that you're comfortable with who you are. Imperfections and all this level of composure is not only rare but incredibly attractive. Women are constantly picking up on cues about how you handle pressure and conflict. If you stay steady and keep a sense of humor, it shows her that you're mature, confident, and in control of yourself. She's more likely to feel safe around you, knowing you won't react impulsively. Here's a tip: next time you feel yourself getting defensive, take a deep breath and pause. Don't rush to respond. That moment of calm will give you control over the situation and help you keep the upper hand. You're letting her see that you're composed, confident, and able to handle whatever comes your way. Maintaining composure doesn't mean you ignore what she says or act detached. It means you're grounded, that you won't let emotions sway you easily. This stability is what separates high-value men from the rest, and once she sees that you can keep your cool in any situation, you'll find that you've already gained her respect and her interest. Number 5. Active listening. One of the most underrated qualities in a man is his ability to truly listen. In a world where everyone is eager to speak and be heard, the man who can give his full attention to a woman stands out. Active listening isn't just nodding along, it's about being fully present and engaged in the conversation, and women notice it immediately. Imagine you're talking to her, and instead of just waiting for your turn to speak, you're really tuned into what she's saying. You're not looking around the room, checking your phone, or planning your next line. You're refocused on her, and she feels that this level of attention is rare and it's powerful. Let's say she's sharing something personal or meaningful. Most guys might offer a quick generic response like, "Oh, that's interesting," but a high-value man goes deeper. He might say something like, "I can see why that's important to you. Tell me more about how that affected you." You're not only showing her that you're listening, you're encouraging her to open up, to share more of herself with you. And when a woman feels truly heard, she feels valued. Another tip: pay attention to the details she mentions. If she talks about a goal she has or a memory from her childhood, remember it, bring it up later in the conversation or even on a future date. Imagine the impression you'll make when you say, "You mentioned before that you love photography. How's that going?" It shows her that you actually cared enough to remember, and that's something most people don't do. And here's something important: avoid interrupting. Even if you're excited to respond, give her the space to fully express herself. The man who can listen without interrupting, who can maintain eye contact and respond thoughtfully becomes instantly memorable. Women are used to conversations where the other person is just waiting for their turn to talk, so when you break that pattern you naturally stand out. Remember, active listening isn't just a technique, it's about genuinely valuing the person in front of you by making her feel like she's the only one in the room. You're showing her respect and appreciation, and in return she'll feel more connected to you because she knows you're interested in more than just surface-level conversation. So next time you're with her, practice giving her your undivided attention. Maintain eye contact, resist the urge to check your phone, and let her see that you're genuinely interested. You'll find that active listening doesn't just make you more attractive, it creates a connection that's real and lasting. Number 6. Stoic body language. Stoic body language. Did you know that most communication is nonverbal? Long before you say a word, your body language is already telling her a story. The way you stand, move, and hold eye contact speaks volumes. High-value men know how to project confidence through their body language, and it leaves a lasting impression. Let's start with posture. When you walk into a room, imagine you're grounded like a tree with deep roots. Stand tall with your shoulders relaxed, not slouched or tense. This shows you're confident and comfortable. Women notice a man who's grounded in his presence. It's a powerful silent message that says, I'm secure in who I am. Eye contact is another major factor when you're talking to her. Maintain steady eye contact. Don't stare intensely, but don't look away too quickly. Either think of it as a natural connection, you're showing interest without trying too hard. For example, when she's talking, listen with your eyes as well as your ears. This lets her know that she has your full attention and that you're engaged in the conversation. And then there's how you move. Fast, jittery movements signal nervousness or insecurity. Instead, adopt slow, deliberate movements. When you reach for your drink or shift in your seat, do it with purpose. This subtle change in pace communicates calmness and control. For instance, imagine you're at a bar and you casually lean back as you talk. This unhurried posture signals that you're comfortable and in no rush to prove anything. Another important cue is personal space. A high-value man respects boundaries. Don't crowd her space, instead give her room to feel comfortable. When you respect her space, it shows you're considerate and confident enough not to overstep. If she leans in, you know she's interested, but you're not pressuring her to do so. This balance of closeness and distance is key to creating a comfortable connection. Finally, don't forget the power of a genuine relaxed smile. When you smile, make sure it reaches your ears. A stoic smile isn't forced, it's a subtle expression of confidence. If she says something funny or engaging, respond with a warm, calm smile. It shows that you're relaxed and enjoying the moment, which puts her at ease too. Body language might seem small, but it's incredibly influential. When you hold yourself with poise, respect her space, and make deliberate, calm movements, you're embodying the stoic confidence that women find so attractive. So practice standing tall, moving deliberately, and making eye contact. Let your presence speak before you even say a word. Number mastering emotional control. 7. Mastering emotional control. Imagine this, you're in a conversation and something unexpected happens. Maybe she brings up a topic that hits a nerve, or maybe someone else makes a comment that could easily push your buttons. Most men would react, maybe they'd get defensive or frustrated, letting their emotions lead the way. But a high-value man, he knows the power of emotional control. Emotional control doesn't mean ignoring how you feel, it means knowing when to respond and when to hold back. It's about staying calm even when the situation gets tense, showing her that you're not easily rattled. Women respect a man who can handle his emotions without letting them spiral out of control. Let's say she challenges you with a tricky question like, why do men always avoid serious topics? The natural reaction might be to defend yourself, to jump in and explain, but instead take a moment, breathe, and respond with calm confidence. You could say, I don't know about all men, but I don't shy away from serious conversations. I think they're interesting. You're showing her that you're not easily thrown off, that you can stay steady even when challenged. Another example, maybe you're on a date and someone accidentally bumps into you or cuts in line. A lot of guys would react with irritation, maybe even make a comment. But by simply shrugging it off, maybe with a quick smile or a calm nod, you're showing her that you're a man who doesn't sweat the small stuff. She'll notice your self-control and it'll make you stand out from the crowd. Women are constantly picking up on how you handle pressure, whether it's big or small. By staying calm and collected, you communicate that you're not driven by impulse, that you have a level of maturity and strength. This sense of stability is not only attractive but reassuring. She knows that you won't be the type to overreact or lose control. As a tip, the next time you feel that surge of emotion, pause and remind yourself that you're in control. Breathe slowly, relax your body, and decide how you want to respond rather than just reacting. By mastering this, you're showing her that you can be strong even when emotions run high. In a world full of drama and instant reactions, emotional control is a superpower. It's what separates high-value men from theirs. So practice this skill and You'll not only feel more confident, but you'll also become the kind of man that women respect and admire. Number 8. Asking thoughtful questions. Questions, one of the most powerful ways to stand out in a conversation with a woman, is to go beyond the usual surface-level small talk. I value men know the importance of asking thoughtful, meaningful questions that go deeper than what do you do or where are you from. By asking questions that truly matter, you show her that you're genuinely interested in who she is, not just the basics. Let's put this into practice. Imagine you're sitting across from her and, instead of asking something predictable, you say, what's something you're really passionate about right now, or is there anything you've always wanted to do but haven't had the chance yet? Questions like these make her think, and they invite her to open up about her dreams, interests, or personal goals. You're not just making small talk, you're building a genuine connection. Or maybe she mentions something about her work. Instead of just saying, oh, that's cool, try following up with, what's your favorite part about it, or what got you interested in that field? By diving a little deeper, you're showing her that you're actually listening and that you care about what makes her tick. Another example, instead of the classic what do you do for fun, try asking, what's one thing that always puts you in a good mood? This type of question is unique, memorable, and it gives her a chance to share something personal, something that goes beyond the usual conversation topics. She'll notice right away that you're different, that you're someone who's genuinely interested in understanding her. And here's the secret: when you ask thoughtful questions, you don't just learn more about her, you also create a space where she feels safe and valued. She'll appreciate that you're not rushing to talk about yourself or impress her. Instead, you're giving her room to express who she is, which is rare and refreshing. Thoughtful questions show her that you're a man of substance, someone who's not afraid to connect on a deeper level, and when she feels heard and understood, that's when a real connection starts to form. So next time you're in a conversation, remember to go beyond the basics. Skip the small talk. Ask her about her passions, her dreams, her experiences. Not only will you stand out, but you'll also leave her thinking about you long after the conversation ends. Number 9. Confidence without ego. Confidence without ego. There's a big difference between confidence and ego, and it's a line that high-value men know how to walk perfectly. True confidence isn't need to boast or prove anything. It speaks for itself. A man who's genuinely confident knows his worth, but he doesn't need to shout it from the rooftops. Instead, he lets his actions and presence do the talking. Let's look at an example. Say you're talking to her and the conversation turns to achievements. Maybe she asks, what do you do, or what are you passionate about? Instead of diving into a list of your accomplishments or trying to impress her, keep it simple. You might say, I do your field of work and I really enjoy it. It's rewarding. Then shift the focus back to her with a question like, how about you? This way you're not downplaying your accomplishments, but you're also not coming off as if you're looking for validation. Another scenario, she gives you a compliment, maybe on your style, awesome thing you said. Instead of brushing it off or trying to one-up her, just smile and say thank you. You're showing her that you're comfortable receiving a compliment without letting it inflate your ego. This subtle confidence is powerful because it shows you appreciate the compliment but don't need it to feel validated. And then there's the trap of trying to correct or impress her in every response. Let's say she mentions a topic you're familiar with. Instead of interrupting to showcase your knowledge, let her speak and then add your thoughts calmly if it feels natural. For example, if she brings up a place she recently traveled to and you've been there too, avoid saying, oh yeah, I know all about it. Instead, try something like, that's amazing, what did you enjoy most about it? You're showing interest in her experience rather than trying to highlight your own. True confidence also means you don't need to seek approval from others to feel good about yourself. You're comfortable with who you are, and that shows. Women can sense when a man is self-assured without being arrogant. It's refreshing because it tells her you're not here to compete or to prove anything, you're here to connect. Here's a final tip: practice letting your quiet confidence speak for itself. Don't feel the need to brag or show off. Instead, stay grounded, let her see your genuine self, and trust that it's enough. When you embody this calm, humble confidence, you become memorable not for what you say about yourself, but for the energy you bring into every interaction. Confidence without ego is rare, but it's incredibly attractive. It shows her you're the kind of man who's secure in himself, and that's something she'll find hard to forget. Number 10. Ending the conversation. Ending the conversation gracefully. With grace, how you end a conversation is just as important as how you started. Too many men make the mistake of lingering, thinking that if they keep talking they'll eventually say the perfect thing to win her over, but high-value men know when to leave, and they do it gracefully, leaving her intrigued and wanting more. Picture this: you've had a great conversation, there's been laughter, connection, and genuine interest. You could keep it going, but instead you decide to wrap it up on a high note. You smile and say, it's been really great talking with you, let's do this again. Sometime you've kept it simple, confident, and left her with something to look forward to by ending the conversation. While things are still engaging, you're leaving her wanting more, not over extending the interaction. Another example: imagine you're in the middle of an interesting topic and she's clearly enjoying herself. Most guys would keep pushing, trying to stretch out every moment, but a high-value man leaves before the conversation loses its energy. You could say something like, "I'd love to hear more about that, but I have to run. Maybe we can pick this up another time." Yuri showing her that you value her time, that you're confident enough, not totaling to the moment, and that you're willing to leave something to be continued. Leaving gracefully isn't about being abrupt, it's about reading the situation and sensing when it's time to exit naturally. This approach leaves her thinking about you, curious about what else there is to know, and excited for the next conversation. And here's important tip: don't drag out goodbyes or try to impress her one last time. Instead, keep your exit simple and confident. Offer a genuine warm smile, make eye contact, and say "take care" or "looking forward to seeing you again." Then walk away without looking back. You leave a lasting impression that shows you're a man of confidence and self-control. The way you end a conversation can make her think about you long after you're gone. By ending things gracefully, Yuri showing her that you're comfortable with who you are and that you don't need totaling to the moment. This kind of poise is rare, and it's something she'll remember. So remember, know when to leave and do it confidently. Leave her wanting more, and you'll become the kind of man she looks forward to talking to again. Ending with grace is the final touch of a high-value man. So there you have it, 10 bringing it all together powerful ways to talk to women with the confidence and self-assuredness of a high-value man. These aren't just techniques, they're mindsets and habits that you can build over time. Each principle, from calm confidence to active listening, from asking meaningful questions to ending with grace, is about becoming a man who stands out without needing to try too hard. Remember, it's not about what you say, but how you carry yourself. Confidence, respect, and authenticity are the qualities that draw people in, and they're qualities that every man can develop. Women are naturally attracted to men who know their worth, who don't need validation, and who bring a grounded, steady energy to every conversation. These principles are rooted in Stoicism, not as a strategy but as a lifestyle. Stoicism teaches us to stay grounded, control our emotions, and be resilient. When you apply these practices in your interactions, you're not just learning how to talk to women, you're becoming a more confident, centered person overall. As you take these lessons forward, remember that transformation doesn't happen overnight. Practice these principles in your daily life, not just in dating, and you'll start to see changes. You'll feel more comfortable in your skin, more present in your conversations, and more respected by everyone around you. If you're ready to level up your approach to communication and become the kind of man who naturally attracts attention and respect, start applying these principles today. And if you found value in this, don't forget to subscribe for more insights on building confidence, improving your mindset, and living the life you deserve. Thanks for watching. Now go out there and start making a lasting impression.